Here's the thing about wontons. These amazing, drool-worthy pockets are the money bags of the food world, holding inside them flavor riches beyond your wildest dreams. And if you were lucky enough to have grown up with them, they were likely a legacy recipe, passed down from generation to generation, and every bite would be a fond memory of the person who first fed it to you. And while the most common place for them is swimming in broth, there's one take on this boom bag that one legend of a chef did with his explosive new Asian cuisine way of cooking, following French tradition and incorporating his Hakka roots. This, my friends, is the Hakka Banh Ton. Hope you're hungry. Pork and shrimp stuffed dumplings, swimming in XO sauce, topped with sambal. Yeah, sounds delicious, I know. Now add 180-day-old Parmesan and a fresh and flaky French croissant, and you've got yourself a clear winner in a game that hasn't been played. The best way to describe the Hakka Banh Ton would be a plate from, I don't know, an Asian bistro. Like, you're taking the concept of a banh mi, but using a croissant and then throwing in wontons. You'd only find something like this coming from DaiLo, Toronto's new Asian cuisine destination, creating some of the most innovative Asian-inspired dishes using French techniques. At the helm of this ship is Chef Nick Liu, alongside his CDC, Dennis Tay. Both of them are celebrities in their own right, but not just from their many iconic appearances on food television, but from the very dishes they create. Nick comes from a Chinese, Indian, and South African background, and Dennis's Filipino and Scottish roots. But one thing is for sure about DaiLo, it's not fucking fusion. That's probably what Nick would say. Probably verbatim.
People often describe my food as fusion. As a culinary professional, this term to me is incorrect. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and I hate the word.
You have a new Asian restaurant at the tip of Little Italy, and this place is packed almost every single night. To explain this restaurant, I actually wouldn't be able to put into words, so I'll just list off some of the menu items from the dining room. Sambal fried watermelon. Yeah, you heard me. Sweet and juicy cubes of watermelon tossed in sambal chili paste, dredged in cornstarch, making it gluten-free, and lightly fried, topped with bean sprouts, dried pork, Thai basil, and pickled watermelon rind. Yeah, the rind. Not mind-blowing enough? How about crispy octopus tacos in a jicama shell? More? Pomelo beetle leaf, sizzling sisig, lamb neck rendang, heirloom tomato salad, Singapore chili fried crab, Hainanese chicken rice. Is that how you say it? Whole fried trout, the Big Mac bao. It's exactly what you think it is. And pumpkin dumplings. Sweet pumpkin stuffed dumplings in a soy brown butter sauce, topped with toasted almond crumble, shaved black truffles, and melted White Rabbit candy glaze. And as legendary as those dumplings are, it's the Hakka wontons that are the focus here. The Hakka wontons are one of Nick's most famous and popular dishes, and they're actually the dish that inspired him to start DaiLo. They're his grandmother's recipe wontons, and believe me when I tell you that on their own, they taste as homemade as they can get.
My parents actually make these, right, for the restaurant. They come down like 3 days a week. These are filled with shrimp and pork.
Yeah, his parents make these wontons for the restaurant. It doesn't get more authentic than that. After they're boiled, they're tossed in a sauce mixture of house-made XO sauce. That's kind of like a dried seafood chili sauce, oyster sauce, chili oil, and toasted almond crumble. My mouth is already watering. And this next part is a crazy technique that I've never seen prior to Nick doing it. He separates the yolk and carefully coats it in panko breadcrumbs, and then he lightly fries it. More on that in a second. So the vessel for the Banh Ton is a beautiful flaky croissant from the Tempered Room Cafe in Parkdale. The saucy, soaked wontons sit on top of the buttery pillows. Is this too much? And then it gets a hit of shredded lettuce, sambal chili sauce, those panko fried egg yolks, and a light dusting of, get this, 180-day-old aged Parmesan. Now, on this particular day, it happened to be right in the heat of wild leek season, and Nick just so happened to have some fresh wild leek sambal he had just made. So he hit one of them with the wild leek sambal. Delicious.
This is gonna blow your mind, man.
Oh man, just look at that, dude.
Oh, that's X-rated for sure.
Yeah.
How was it? I'm getting in it.
Damn. Oh man, that is good.
And there's a reason why they call this the culinary arts. This sandwich was the perfect example of that. Pure art on a plate, or wooden plank. Now, the heartbreaking thing is that you actually can't get this anymore. And that's the thing about DaiLo. They're constantly innovating and rotating their menu using as much local ingredients as possible and creating some of the most one-of-a-kind dishes that you've ever had. I mean, they have a beehive on the roof. They employ bees to make honey for the restaurant. Like I said, DaiLo is leading a breed of new Asian cuisine restaurants, creating some of the most innovative dishes with influences from all over the world. And whether you're sitting down for a chef's tasting dinner, which I highly recommend by the way, in the dining room, or heading upstairs for a one-of-a-kind cocktail experience and some small plate snacks, one thing is for sure about DaiLo: you're not gonna find another place quite like it. Hope you're hungry.